Julie is getting the confetti gun. Okay, Julie asked a great question here. And this is especially important if you go to your medical doctor and say, hey, I think my house is making me sick. I think mold may be at play here. They're going to go and send you for an allergy test. So Julie's question was, is allergy testing sufficient for discovering mold toxicity in your body? And the answer, Julie, is no, not at all. It's entirely possible to have a mold allergy, so it's fine to test for a mold allergy, but that's an IgE response. That's when you're getting runny nose, itchy eyes, wheezy, coughy, respiratory symptoms, basically, right? That's just like if you have seasonal allergies. But if you're living in a house with mold and you have that mold allergy, it's going to be your kids are always snotty and, all that stuff going on. But mold toxicity is about mold's toxin. So the molds which are toxigenic, like your Stachyurchetomium, some Aspergillus, Penicillium, Wallemia, Trichoderma, all these different crazy ones that create the real problems in the body, those are making you sick because of their toxins, okay? It's not an allergy to the mold spore. It is their mycotoxins, which is the toxic metabolite that comes from that mold, that's making you sick, that's making you mold toxic. So testing for an allergy is fine. That's your response to the spore. But when someone is mold toxic, they have an accumulation of these mycotoxins, and it's those mycotoxins that are affecting the liver, the kidneys, the neurological system, okay, your hormones, your gut. They're extremely immunosuppressive. This is why people can end up with Lyme, because they get bit by a tick, a spider, a flea, a mite, a mosquito, something that's carrying all these infections. And once they have the immunodepression or suppression from mold, and then a new infection comes in, the body isn't strong enough to fight it off. So this is why mold is so awful, because medical doctors just see it as an allergy, and then they just write it off. They're like, no, don't worry about that. And then people go home starting over again when they're this close to finding out what was really going on, if they suspected mold. But the toxicity is due to the mycotoxins that accumulate and affect our body in so many ways. So it's fine to do the allergy test, like I said, but you also want to do the mycotoxin testing to see if you have those toxic metabolites from mold flowing through your body. If we can catch them in the urine, if we can't catch them there, we can also do the serum mycotoxin antibody testing. And of course, if you're wondering about mold, you should do the ERMI to check your home. It's the DNA-based dust test that will tell us which molds are in your home, if you have the bad toxigenic molds, and if you do, what their concentrations are. So there's a lot of good tests here. There's my video on which labs I run for mold toxicity. Let me see. I should have that number memorized of which one it is, which labs. Okay, so video number 35. If you search in the group here, find the magnifying glass and just put in 35. And if you see my video called Which Lab Should I Start With for Mold, that would be helpful too. Great question, Julie. I sure appreciated that question, because it's one of the big misnomers, especially in Western medicine, especially with medical doctors. It's not just an allergy, it's a toxicity. I hope that helped.
Do you have questions about mold in your home or body? Book a consultation with Matt, aka the Mold Man, to guide your home and body to the next level of healing.